Well, at the northeastern end of the country, we heard of explosions, Russian shelling overnight and yesterday. The death toll from that has now risen to 15. Now to the other end, all the way to the west, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, Turkish President Erdogan, coming to Ukraine to talk with President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on two fronts to discuss the status of the grain deal. President Erdogan saying that, touting the success of the grain deal, saying that 625,000 tons of grain have now moved through the Black Sea as part of this deal. Ukraine has 20 million tons of grain sitting in silos. They are trying to move that out. 25 ships have already departed as part of this deal. They were here to discuss that. They were also here to discuss a much more critical and dire issue, which is the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant. It has been getting shelled all week. I myself saw some of the aftermath on Thursday, smoke rising from the plant. Antonio Guterres, UN Secretary General, calling it, quote, a suicidal thing for shelling to be occurring at the plant.
In between, military equipment and personnel should be withdrawn from the plant. Further deployment of forces or equipment to the site must be avoided. The area needs to be demilitarized. And we must tell it as it is. Any potential damage to Zaporizhzhia is suicide.
President Erdogan saying, quote, we are worried. We do not want another Chernobyl. We heard today from the Russian Defense Ministry, a spokesperson rather, saying that they were declining the appeal for the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant to be demilitarized, saying that would put the power plant, quote, in a more vulnerable position. We also heard from President Volodymyr Zelenskyy following these high-level talks about the question of whether they brokered some kind of peace deal or a path to peace. President Zelenskyy throwing water on the idea that there would be any peace talks while there were Russian soldiers in Ukraine, saying, quote, negotiations with Russia are possible only if Russian troops leave illegally occupied Ukrainian territory. So some positive results on the grain deal and some dialogue about this issue with the Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant, though it seems like no concrete plans have been made since Russia has declined the appeal for that area to be demilitarized.